Herman, start from the beginning. What the hell were you just talking about?
So Steve Jobs, the inventor of the Apple Macintosh, or well, he thinks he was the inventor. He copied it from somebody else in the company, Raskin. And so Steve Jobs figured that on a keyboard, people don't need to use the up and down and left and right keys, cursor keys, right? He thought, no, don't use that. And the first Macintosh didn't have those things, but instead he expected that they would just use the mouse to position. So let's say you want to go to a keyboard character earlier, move the mouse back and click. That's what he expected. And it went so far that a young fellow was basically sitting at the airport in a waiting lounge kind of thing, and by walks Steve Jobs. And he was trying to catch him. Hey, Steve Jobs, whatever. Steve, can you sign my keyboard? Can you sign my keyboard? And Steve looked at that because he was fired from Apple at that time. He said, well, I only sign it if I can rip out the cursor keys. So he ripped out the cursor keys, pop, and then he signed it, Steve Jobs, bobbity bop. And now the guy had the Steve Jobs signed keyboard without the cursor keys, right?
Wow. Why?
But then later, well, he wasn't supposed to have a keyboard. And the initial Macintosh had keyboard without the cursor keys, right?
Oh.
And he hated when people put the cursor keys on and said, that's a lot of wasted time. They should be using the mouse. And so, unfortunately, he was later voted out in his own company and said, you cannot sell a keyboard without the cursor keys. It will not sell. And so he was later outvoted. And now every Macintosh has cursor keys.
Wow, but he really didn't want them.
And so there, the one guy has a keyboard without these keys.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs.
Wow.